guys, welcome back to Micah Scooters. Today I will be showing you 5 beginner tricks anyone can do when they're first learning scootering. First trick we're going to learn today is the bunny hop. It is the center of all tricks, and you need to learn it for every other trick you do, almost. So the first way we're going to do this is practice doing this. Put your feet like this, not like this, not like this. And then what you're going to want to do, pull up on your front. Practice doing that. And then practice doing this, pulling up on your back. Push your handlebars forward and lift your feet. The board will come with you. Next, put it all together, and your first attempt should look something like this. Next attempt should look something like this. Then it should start to look like this. And finally, you'll land it. Eventually your bunny hops will be small, this. But then, you'll get to this level. The next trick we're going to learn is a no-footer. It's a variation of a bunny hop, but you take your feet off the deck and put them back on. Here's what it looks like. It's going to be a little bit harder because the feeling is very weird. So first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you're mastered bunny hopping. You're going to need to do that. And even if you can bunny hop 5 feet high, it's still going to be about 3 feet when you actually do this trick. Because it gets like, this is the highest I could bunny hop. About that. This is what my highest no-footer. A lot lower. This is going to take a big chunk out of your height. So if you can't do it very high, don't worry. Most people can. Next thing you're going to want to do for this is practice doing the bunny hop and then taking your feet off. Something like you've been doing with the other one, but then you should be able to get more coordination. You want to spread your feet as far out like this. Practice doing that. The first attempt should look like this. The next attempt should look like this. And then you'll get this trick. Perfect. The next trick we're going to learn is a very simple trick that is not very meant for anything, but it's fun to do every once in a while. Shut up. The trick we're going to learn is called the wheel hop. Stand like this, put your foot on the brake, stand on the scooter like this, press your brake down so it doesn't go like that, and practice doing that. Once you master that, your first attempt should look like this. Then they'll start to get closer and closer like this. And then eventually when you land the trick, it should look like this for infinity. Now I will warn you that it may damage your wheel over time, especially if you have plastic wheels. My wheels are metal, so they don't get damaged as much. And your axles will. But if you do this every once in a while, it will not damage your wheels. The next trick you're going to want to learn is a mini bar spin. If you can't bar spin yet, this is the trick for you. So you want to practice doing this, kind of like what we did for the other one. Now come over to a space like this. If you don't have a ramp, you can use a curb where your wheel is not touching the ground or the side. And practice going like this. You want to put your hand like this. Practice doing just spinning your thing as well as you can. Then that should get you more prepared for the trick. Your first attempt after putting these two together should look like this. You'll get close pretty quick. Your next attempt should look something like this. Eventually you'll land this trick. If you're really having trouble, you can practice doing an X up, which is this. You can practice doing that or doing a half spin. The final trick we're going to be learning today is a trick you should always know before going to the skate park. Ramp jump. If you don't have a ramp like I do, you can use a curb. So since you're gonna be getting more speed and bunny hopping off the front. But you don't want to bunny hop the front, especially if it's like a quarter pipe thing where it's like that. It's not as big of a deal when you have a ramp like this. But we're gonna show you how to do it first. You're gonna want to make sure you're getting speed and then pull up and land. Pull up, land. Your first attempt should look something like this. Practice taking your feet off and just landing to get the feel for it. Your next attempt should look something like this. Eventually, after progressing, you'll land this trick. And if you're really having trouble, you can do the 1 foot balance jump. It'll give you a little more balance when you're landing so you don't spin out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys learned some tricks today, and I'll be doing a part 2 on some harder tricks coming soon.